This week, ahead of Veterans Day, which is Friday, we are saluting local veterans who have served our country. Now, we sat down with them at the Palm Springs Air Museum, where many of them currently serve as volunteers. Take a listen to one story of what it means to serve in the military during times of conflict.
My name is Alfred Crossley. I'm from Palm Springs, California. I was born here, but my dad accepted a job at Lockheed Burbank when I was about 3 years old, and we moved to Los Angeles. I graduated when I was 17 years old and went in the Air Force. Graduated on Friday and went to basic training on Wednesday. They offered me the summer off, but I was so anxious to get going. Never looked back. I had adventures that can't be matched, actually. At that time, this was the mid-'60s, they had a TV advertisement that advertised the aerospace team, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. I went through school and came out as a technician, but the first time I went to England, I was like still 17 years old, and the pilot put me in the pilot seat, and it was just overwhelming. This was where I wanted to stay, and I wanted to fly. To me, it was the right thing to do at that time. I had friends that burned their draft cards, but for me, I couldn't do that. I couldn't go to my dad and say I burned my draft card. He spent 15 years prior to that working at Lockheed, building airplanes that are used in Southeast Asia and around the world. He didn't have any question about his own patriotism, and neither did I. Last weekend, I went to Tampa to see 3 friends I hadn't seen in 50 years. And that was the most awesome experience I think I can explain to you. And all of us went to Southeast Asia around the same time in different directions, you know. We were all at Dyess Air Force Base in Abilene, Texas, and we got shipped out. We picked up right where we left off, you know, what was going on the base in '68, the Pueblo incident. All of us, when we go overseas, we're ambassadors, you know, even if we don't want to be. And if you realize that and you abide by it, you feel special. And that never goes away. You feel that from the time you go in to the time you get out. I think the Air Force was one of the most generous things this country could offer a young man today and when I joined. The first thing I thought when I got to basic training was, what am I doing here? But a week later, man, I was the proudest guy in the world. The proudest day of my life was the day that my basic training flight stood for retreat. You know, you put 2 flights together and it's mass formation. You've got a bunch of guys standing up, going out, marching out for the retreat of the flag, and boy, that was really something. Plus, it was the first time I got to wear a dress uniform, and boy, we looked good. We were very proud. That was awesome. Proudest day of my life up until this day, I'd say.
And a program reminder